welcome back to Packers Playbook. I am Dusty. We once again joined by 97.3's John Kuhn. John, we missed you last week. I did my best in your absence to pull this thing together, but we're certainly glad you're back this time. Not to talk about a win. You missed that last week. Your penance as you come back and talk about a loss. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, Dusty. And yeah, a little bit of a vacation last week, a wedding we had to go to. So sad that I didn't get a little victory type of breakdown, but nonetheless, still a lot of good stuff to come out of this Pittsburgh game, and most specifically, Jayden Reed. And we got a couple really nice plays highlighted of what he exactly brings to this Packers offense.
Yeah, we got 3 plays today. We got Jayden Reed, so we're gonna hit these like we always do, kind of run through them. I think that's him as the 3, and that quad's in there. Gonna run through, get this touchdown. Nice looking throw, just easy gas from Jordan Love there. 3rd and 16, 11 personnel. Reed just kind of running through everyone. John, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, honestly, this is a spectacularly designed play, one of Matt LaFleur's finest, I would say, through the midway point of this season. A lot of things to note. This is not necessarily designed for Jayden Reed here. This is designed for the outside receiver. They're going to try and occupy the near safety with Jayden Reed. They're going to try and occupy the far safety with number 2, and then they're going to try and open up that middle of the field here for a 3rd and 16, a long distance first down. But you can see a couple things that Jayden Reed brings to the party here. First and foremost, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage. He's got a nice physical hand fight with that linebacker right there to get past him. Can't let anybody jam you. Can't let anybody slow you down. That's what they're taught to do. But he doesn't let that linebacker affect him whatsoever. Secondly, he notices that he's got man coverage on him right there, and he presses the stem on that defender so that the defender feels anxious. He feels nervous. He doesn't know which way Jayden Reed's going to go before he actually makes his break. But then the speed to carry through the zone behind that second safety, that near safety, is what really opens up this play. And Jordan Love doing a great job here of noticing Jayden Reed taking the top off and getting past this safety, because really that safety's sitting for the first down sticks. He's getting a little too nosy on trying to stop them on 3rd down instead of really covering his half of the field, and Jayden Reed takes advantage of that.
And I thought Reed does a really good job, because it looks like, because he's off, whatever. He had the quads over here, so you only had Musgrave's the only guy here. It looks like he's looking for a potential crosser, and I think Reed does a really good job of kind of pushing, not making the declaration till the last moment. Then as soon as he's even, he's leaving, right? Like Love just lets that sucker go, throws it up over the top. Throw could probably be a little better, right? We'll look at that from the other angle, where it looks like that could be throw that a little bit more to the back pylon, but it gives his guy a chance to make a play, and it all ends up working out.
Yeah, and let's talk about the inside here. You got Aaron Jones on the chip. You got Luke Musgrave on the chip. Obviously, 3rd and 16. It's going to be a deep drop. It's going to be a slow developing play. So you got to give a little help on those good edge rushers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think Aaron Jones and Luke Musgrave do a good job of getting their man, occupying their man. Aaron Jones taking a little bit more of that hit. Luke Musgrave just giving presence, but that ensures that the tackles can get inside the body on their rush defenders here, giving plenty of time for Jordan Love to put that ball downfield for Jayden Reed. You can see there once again, he presses the stem of the man that's his defender, covering a man, and as that safety doesn't get his deep half of that field, Jayden Reed gets behind him and does the rest of the work. Now, Jordan Love, yes, you'd like to see that ball maybe a couple yards out there in front of Jayden Reed, but nonetheless got enough on this ball to make this one a touchdown. Just a fine play all around by Matt LaFleur, the entire offense executing it, and an example of exactly what Jayden Reed is becoming here as a wide receiver now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, they mentioned the protection. Like, they funnel that stuff in. Protection holds up long enough for him to take that deep drop, bounce a couple times, and still get it away in a clean pocket, which is not something we've seen a bunch of this year. So that was very well done by the offensive line. John, you got anything else on this one, or you want to head to the next Reed play here?
Let's head to what else he brings to the plate.
All right, man. We got him. Where is he? Right there, I believe, on the outside. A little RPO look. Rise up, throw. Love with a good job kind of bending that ball around the defender there. And Reed just saw this a few times, man. For a guy, I know he was a little undersized, the kind of below the thresholds around the draft stuff was some of the conversation on the draft. Dude's a fighter, man. John, what do you got on this?
Yeah, precisely that. This is the second real facet of Jayden Reed. He doesn't just, he's not just a deep ball threat. He's a guy who can go across the middle. He's also a guy that can do the dirty work here on these RPOs that are, it's a pass, but it's really a pass that's a run. So you need wide receivers that have a physicality like a running back, even if they don't have the body of a running back. And that's exactly what Jayden Reed possesses right here. You watch him catch the ball and snap upfield. And as you see, TJ Watt is right on his heels. If he doesn't snap that thing upfield, TJ Watt will jump on his back. But he gets in there, he gets behind his lineman. And this is my favorite part of this right here. This is angry running. Joey Porter Jr. is a big cornerback. He is a large man. And Jayden Reed is giving up inches to him. He's giving up pounds to him. And it's not Joey Porter Jr. that brings him down. He's got to slow him down for the rest of the team to get there and the cavalry to arrive. But Jayden Reed showing, another second intangible of what really is going to make him a big part of this Packers offense going forward. Took another one of these short RPO type passes for a first down on a 3rd and 2 later in the ball game. And he's just an angry runner. It's the kind of guy that you like to see getting the ball in his hands.
Well, this is one too I really like that they gave him the opportunity. I mean, this is one for the RPO stuff. He's got, I think, like a wide zone look here. You normally throw that number. So you got 2 and 2 there. That's kind of a toss-up whether Love wants to throw that or not. It's not really a bubble. It's that smoke kind of step back. There's not a ton of separation. It's kind of iffy as to whether to throw that or not. I like that Love makes the decision to throw that and give his guy a chance. And then Reed rewards him by just getting those tough yards, man. They said this one and then the other one where he reached across and got the first down. Like, just it showed a lot of really nice things on this one for sure.
And being able to do this in the RPO game is so big for the run game as well, because it will eventually get some of those people out of the box, get the 3-over-2, which makes it a much clearer picture for Jordan Love to be able to hand that ball off, open it up for the lineman to get to the second level and really expand those holes for running back. So it's going to take more plays like this out of Jayden Reed and the rest of the wide receivers to ensure that the offensive run game starts picking up because of the box.
Yeah, I know we've seen too over the past couple weeks that the RPO game has actually been doing much better than it was the first 3 weeks. I think 5 yards per attempt on RPO stuff over the past 3 weeks as opposed to about 2 over the first 3. So it seems like an area of the game they're getting better at, ramping up a little bit. So yeah, hopefully that'll pay dividends in the run game as well. John, you got anything else on this one? You want to move to the last one here?
Well, let's rewind it one more time and watch it from the backside here, because as you talk about doing a better job in the RPO game than what we were at the beginning of the season, it was blocking. You can see Dontavian Wicks right there. He doesn't get a lot of the defender, but he gets enough for Jayden Reed to get up inside. You can see Zach Tom, and I think it's Josh Myers right there.
It is.
They get to their guy perfectly fine. So it's been the down the field blocking that's been kind of the hindrance in the RPO game so far this year. But you can see if you can get to your man, it doesn't have to always be pretty. It doesn't have to be a knockout kill shot. If you can get to your man, that's what sets up the RPOs.
No, that's a really good point. Really good point. All right, man, let's hit this last one, which is, I mean, this is one of those, you were down to the field, John, watching this on TV. I just thought Love was throwing this sucker away. This is 59 seconds left in the game. Obviously, they're down 4, 1st and 10, 11 personnel on their own 19. Love gets backed up to, kind of stumbles, and then off his back foot kind of chucks it up to Jayden Reed. There's a lot of really fun things about this, why Reed is where he is and why Love ends up throwing there. But John, what do you got on this one?
Well, first and foremost, this is bleak for the Green Bay Packers. 53 seconds left in a ball game, starting a drive with no timeouts. You need a touchdown to win the game. A field goal means absolutely nothing. So you're not feeling great about it. And we'll talk about Jordan Love when we watch it from behind. But what I love about this is how Reed comes off the line of scrimmage. A lot of times you might saunter a little bit and not really get into your route. He kind of puts his head down a la Randall Cobb, the way he used to come off the line of scrimmage when he had free access. Everybody remembers that. Randall would put his head down 10, 15 yards. He'd have his steps in his head, and then his head would pop up, recognize what the defense is doing, and see where he's got to go. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers here, you're not going to get behind these safeties that you've already gotten behind once in a ball game, especially with 50-some seconds left and them starting 17, 18 yards off the line of scrimmage. But he's got to sell that so that he opens up the underneath routes for the rest of the offense. As Jordan Love gets pressure, he has no choice but to throw the ball to where there are no defenders. And Jayden Reed locates it, spots it, chases it down, and catches it. And what I love most about it is watch how he catches this ball here. He catches this ball and does not break stride. You can't even tell. There's no hop, there's no skip, there's no collection. It's just perfectly in stride while he stays moving. That shows a confidence receiver. That shows a confident receiver. That shows a powerful receiver. And that's a receiver that Jordan Love, you can tell right there, if I'm going to throw a ball to a spot and let somebody run underneath it, it's going to be this guy. They're developing quite a rapport.
Yeah, and they are, and what they're running. I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong here, John. So they've got. It looks like they got a couple different things going. They've got over here. I've heard it called spin or wrap or something like that. Then over here, kind of smash fade. Reed's basically a runoff in this, right? Man, he's kind of the alert. The Steelers end up doing something funky. I think they drop him back in that Tampa look to kind of go up under those two, but he's not. Reed's not really a huge part of this progression. He's kind of more the runoff, like you say, create the space underneath, but he's pushing to sell that, then he has the presence of mind to get his head up. Is that, when you're looking at that, does that seem about right to you? Is he wouldn't be like read one, read two, whatever. Like he's basically just run off as these other two concepts are the big things on this one, right?
Yeah, the Steelers aren't really giving away this Tampa. Their safeties are inside.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you can tell Tampa too based off of the width of the safeties. The safeties are still located somewhat close to the hash. You can see the far safety is closer to the numbers, so you can maybe that near safety being so close to the hash, you wouldn't necessarily think that this is Tampa too. So the Steelers do a great job of disguising this. And post snap, once you see the bail, I would anticipate that Jordan Love wanted to come to the dig route underneath that Tampa defender, but with a little bit of the pressure and the way this play was breaking down, just a fantastic decision to throw that thing to space and let Jaden Reed run underneath it.
Yeah, we'll look at it from the other angle because I think it's a lot of fun as well. You can see him kind of spot read once he sees the kind of funky stuff, like I said. And this seems to me like just a Jaden Reed is down there somewhere. I don't know what else to do with this. Pressure gets in there real quick. He kind of trips and then he just hucks it because he knows Reed's down there somewhere. And Reed's supposed to be there. Like if you play this out, Reed's supposed to be there, but the presence of mind of Reed, and like you said, the rapport of Love to say, like, I believe Reed's going to be down there. I'm just going to chuck this sucker. It ends up very, very well from something that looked very bad very early on.
Two things from Love there. He knows he can't take a sack. He's got too many deep routes by wide receivers. It would take an eternity for them to get back to the line of scrimmage to be able to snap the next play, even if it is just a clock. And the strength to get that throw off. I was on the sideline about 15 yards away from him when he threw that football, and I thought that was going to be a flutter. I figured it'd have a chance at an interception, but the fact that that ball even got anywhere near Jaden Reed was impressive to me. But this whole play sets up with the mindset of Jaden Reed that I'm going to come off the line of scrimmage hard. I'm going to come off the line of scrimmage fast. I'm going to set this play up and open it for my teammates underneath to get this drive started. And as it developed, he did not give up on the play. He continued that type of finish, and that's why he ended up getting the pass. And good things get rewarded to those who hustle.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Yeah, it looks like they got a really good one on him. He's certainly been, I mean, showing up all year. Some of the bigger plays of the year I can think of have come on Jaden Reed, and he seems like he's coming on even more the past couple of weeks. So hopefully we see that continue. John, you got anything else for us today, or are we good for the time being?
I think we're good. Did you have anything about the scripts that you wanted to get into?
Oh no, I mean, there's a question for you. Just this was a game. I don't even have any plays pulled up at the moment, but this was a game that the Packers started off fast, which was good for them. They've been fairly slow starting, and I know there's been a lot of talk about play script. My understanding of play script, I want your confirmation. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. It's not necessarily just first 15. It's the first 15 minus whatever, minus third downs and red zone plays, right? So when you're looking at play script, you're not just saying this is the first 15 plays and we're going to take this. Like for example, that Lions game, I know. The first 15, if you look at the first 15 in how I'm looking at the first 15, they didn't even get that done until they're down 27-3 or something like that, because they started first couple plays were in the red zone, which would not be part of the play script. Is that correct? And for something like that, obviously we're not diving that deep into this today, but for a game like this where they start well, is that a good game script? Is that good execution? And is that also like, what do you look, I guess the broader question, what are you looking for when you run those first 15? Is that looking to see how they match personnel? Is that looking to see how safeties play? That's probably a deeper conversation for another time. This is just to satisfy my own curiosity more than anything, John.
I would say the first 15 are your best plays versus their best looks. And these are based down in different distance. This is first down, this is second down, and this is barring it plays out the way you think it's going to play out. Something crazy, something wacky happens on a kickoff and you're backed up inside your own 12-yard line. You're probably going to bail from that and start picking some plays that you just are going to get you out of that hole. Added to that, if you do start in the other team's red zone because of a turnover, you're going to go straight to your red zone script. And you can have red zone runs in there that also match the first 15. You might start leaning on them a little bit. But third downs, you have third downs baked into the first 15 because you have your favorite third down plays. You have your favorite 3rd and 1 to 4. You have your favorite 3rd and 5 to 7. And then you have your favorite, 8, 9, and 10, and then 11 plus. So you have a script for pretty much every scenario. It just depends on what scenario you're in. And that first 15 script, that's specifically for a drive that's first down, second down. Then you get into your third down script. Then you go first down, second down again. If everything works out as planned, you don't even face a third down, you should hit that script 1, 2, 3, 4. Just roll straight down the list.
That's great, John. That's been tracking script stuff has always been kind of a pet project of mine. And it's always been I've read books, you hear stuff on the periphery, but I've never gotten full confirmation of exactly what that looks like. So, while I have a former NFL player with me, I might as well finally ask that question, get a little clarification. So I appreciate that.
Well, I'll tell you the best part about a script is when it's handed out the night before a game, because you don't get the script until the night before the game. And as a fullback speaking, when I would get that script, I would immediately start counting down that list, how many plays included a fullback. And if we had 5, I knew I was going to have a heavy workload that day. I knew I was going to have a big game. If I had 1, if you mean to tell me your 15 favorite plays in the game only features the fullback 1 time, I knew I was probably going to feel pretty good after that ball game.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good stuff. Appreciate that, John. We've got the thing down below. Make sure you catch John 97.3 and the Brick and the Stick, which you've been doing great work with Schneiden over there. And I definitely appreciate listening to that every week. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you all next week.